Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to episode 28 of Aushammer. You joined by me, the brilliant Bryn Shady, and the co-host, Scotty. How's it going, buddy?
Going good.
Yeah, man.
Good.
We aren't joined by Dave tonight. He is predisposed, him
Mm,
and his small family going through a bit of a crisis at the moment, and our thoughts are most certainly with them.
absolutely.
Um, or we've got a bit of sad news to talk about. I'm sure a lot of you are aware that Ryan Price has left Ozhammer. Um, he released a video uh,
Over the weekend.
yesterday, yeah, over the weekend, and we're sad to see him go,
Yeah.
but he's going to be definitely around the place. Uh, his reasons for leaving, like for those of you who want a longer explanation of why he's left, by all means, please go check out his video or contact him personally. But it was basically it came down to he's got a lot on his plate. He's a very busy man. He's a very busy professional man, and he's got a lot on. And it literally came down to being able to continue on with Ozhammer or being able to continue doing the hobby. Like uh, it's strange when we start these sort of things for a hobby, a cast that involves us maintaining media outlets and doing a regular show. You don't actually have a lot of time for the hobby.
To actually hobby, yeah. Your actual hobby time and plastic crack time goes down exponentially.
Oh, it absolutely crashes. It absolutely crashes, and so that's that's the short of why Ryan has left us. He's left us so he's able to continue doing the hobby and able to refocus on his health, his family, and his studies. We thank Ryan. We've definitely enjoyed having him on here. It's been a pleasure. He was the founder. He was one of the founders of Oz Hammer, and it's sad to see him leave. But we
Absolutely.
wish the best of him, and I'm sure we will see him around as we go on.
Yep.
But yeah, look, that's it. It was a busy weekend. Ozhammer's going in a new direction now. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
Scotty, take it away, man.
So
Tell us what's happening.
yeah, so from here we are going to, I wouldn't say scale back, but change our um, our timings. So we're going to go to once a fortnight in an effort to give everybody uh, some better content, and basically to give ourselves a decent amount of time to make sure that what we are doing or what we can do is to the best of our ability.
Yeah, that's it. Like as I know, once a week is fairly reasonable. It's not like a daily show or anything. But for
No.
those of us who have full-time jobs and families
Mm.
and absolutely love our hobby, putting aside those extra couple of hours before and after a show, because
Yeah.
you've got to maintain it up, you've got to find your content, and then you've got to maintain it afterwards, answering questions and whatnot. We don't mind doing that at all, but it's quite time consuming.
Like in an hour and a half, ish sort of show that we were doing, it was easily eating 3 hours of a Monday, which is, like we said, it's not that we don't want to, because we do. It's just we want to make it better, and that's pretty much about it. That's the bottom line, really. We just want things and the content to be better.
Yeah, that's it. And by having that extra Monday a night, we're actually able to uh, produce hobby content, more stuff painting, more silly videos on Twitter, more random stuff, collabs with other groups, and
Mm.
um, yeah, more content along that lines. You guys are going to be excited to see the old hammer isn't dead
Back to the
by
roots,
any
basically.
means, but we're going back to what Ozhammer was originally designed to be, which was a very chilled out, hobby focused, hobby centric channel,
Mm.
and just about people enjoying what they do and being passionate about what we want to do. Because look, I personally noticed as time goes on, as we approach like episode 26, 27, it was a very like we achieved a lot of things, but it was becoming very time consuming, and that was certainly affecting my hobby time. It was definitely affecting Ryan's hobby time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as soon as we brought Scotty and Dave on board, it started affecting their hobby time as well. And we all sat down. We decided this a few weeks ago that this is the direction that we wanted to take it in. We figured that going back to once a fortnight, it's a great idea and allows you guys to get some cool content. So don't be afraid. Everyone's scared of change. Aushammer's still here. We're still very active in our social media outlets. We're not going anywhere.
As well, absolutely.
Yeah, we still got our Twitter, we still got our Facebook, and we still got our YouTube. Those are all means by which you can contact us. It's going to be great to hear from you. We look forward to being more engaging with the community now that we have a little bit of time up our sleeves, and we look forward to a little bit more hobby time ourselves. So it should be really exciting. I'm very excited to be going through this journey with Scotty and Dave. They're good mates of mine, so I'm sure they feel the same about me. If not,
I love you, man. I love you.
That's it. Look at
I love you.
Look at all this love. Look at all this love.
Always love.
And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about good people, good hobby, and being able to do what we want. Look, enough on that. If you guys are still watching, keep watching. If you guys are subscribing, keep subscribing. We're looking forward to releasing some interesting, fantastic content in the near future. But we're just going to get on with our show. Like, we've dwelled on enough. I think we're 10 minutes in or something.
Yeah, about that.
I've said enough. If you guys are here and you've heard me out, you've made up your mind as to whether or not you want to keep seeing what we're doing. If not, oh well, it's okay. There are other channels. There are bigger channels. I personally suggest, Frontline Gaming, miniwargaming.com, The Long Wall. They're all great. Go check them out. Anyway, man, dude, what have you been doing this week?
Buying paintbrushes.
Oh yeah. The constant issue with it. Are you painting? Are you hobbying right now? I've got a feeling you're hobbying. You are hobbying.
I'm potato/ham fisting a banner. I've looked thing for.
Is that super detailed Ravenwing banner?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thanks to Nick.
Woo.
Hate you right now. Take this off your hands and letting me do what I wanted to do. You've just caused me gratuitous amounts of pain. Apart from that, it's still Hellblasters. But yeah, I'm actually doing a bit of a chop job on the Primaris Ancient, which is going to now be a Chapter Ancient, hence the Storm Bolter. And so he'll be holding the Ravenwing banner as instead of the crappy Primaris one. Let me see if I can hold this together. Something like that, with a head where my finger is. So it's very much like literally it's a day's worth of looking at and painting so far. I've literally just started.
How are you going with it? I think this was, you were talking to me about this the other night. Have you decided how you want to paint it?
No. I know that it's going to have probably the top of the Ravenwing part up there. I'll do end up doing white, metallic pole green outside with the Calibite green is the way I'm doing the rest of them. As you see, I haven't actually looked. I've looked at it, but I haven't actually touched the inside. But I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do the grimy sort of way.
Nice, man. Nice. So the whole Blanche Jitsu style.
Yeah, sort of. Like, I'm gonna do my own Scott Jitsu.
Scott Jitsu. Wait, make sure you hashtag that.
Yeah, Scott Jitsu for sure. So I'll post up my failings as I keep looking at it and wondering how I got myself into doing this.
Oh man,
dude, I was literally just going through some sprues. I picked some stuff up from Nick, a mate of mine, and I had a bit of extra coin. I'm like, dude, have that. Let me go through your sprues. And I saw this, and I'm like, oh yeah, this would go cool. And he's like, yeah, go for it, whatever. And now I'm here and regretting it.
Well, I mean, like, look at it this way. You're either it's gonna look amazing, or you're gonna fail terribly. Either way, you're gonna learn from it.
Oh yeah, so. Absolutely. And because I'm so scared of this at the moment, I went out and bought myself some new brushes. So went to the local art supply store, and I'm actually a few months ago I bought myself a Winsor & Newton, and I found it to be extremely soft. Like I bought a size 7. I think it was a size 7. No, sorry, size 1. My God. Yeah, the sizing on the other ones are different to the Winsor & Newton, which is cool. But anyway, I'll get to that later. So I bought a size 1, and I just found it to be extremely soft, not give me the finish that I wanted for my base coat. So I went back to my trusty old, they call them the Art Studio. They're just a black brush. They're about, I think, $5 max a piece. You know, the reason why I like them is they've actually got a really thick end to hold, not your really small.
Need to get like, thick end in your hand.
Yeah, like comparatively.
That's pretty. Are you getting those little blue ones from the place just up North Lake, the Riot?
Yeah, that's where I bought these too. Bought them from Riot. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Look, free product placement for Riot.
Yeah, there you go. Riot. Yeah, went in there with the minions today, and we literally, the 3 of us stood there, and we're just pulling brushes out, and the chick was standing behind us going, "Are you okay? Do you know what you're doing?" I'm like, "I know what I'm doing. I'm cool."
I just want to try and brush that I can paint my little people with. Like, get out of my face.
Raiding these brushes, just
throwing stuff everywhere.
Like we had stuff on the shelf and on the floor, and we're like, "No, this one's too big. That's not the right one." You know, we pulled them all out.
And hey, David's in the chat. He wants you to show everyone the brush for painting angles, the bent one that you've got now.
Oh, the bent one. Okay, so
that's what happens when you sit on your brush. You get a.
Okay. So no, I've got.
Where's the bent brush?
Oh man, I've thrown that one out. But
oh man.
But I did buy another one. So this is my, where are we? There we go. So this is my angled brush. Dude, I love this brush. I use it for.
Pretty fancy.
Yeah, I use it for helmets. I use it for moderately small. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but you know, fairly small. Here's the 2 of them.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
There we go. All right, let me take that off. So that's not actually the one I bought today. I lied. Here's the one I bought today.
Do you use it for like curved surfaces for like?
I use it for. Like I said, for heads, and this is my, before I bought the Winsor & Newton, this was actually my small detail brush. And you can, because it's got the taper on it, you can sort of get around into bits and pieces a little bit better.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah.
So they're actually a really cool brush. So everyone else, they're not good for you, they're good for me, so I can buy some more.
Definitely looking to getting some of those. I don't know. I've never honestly tried an angle brush. Like I'm always up for trying new things. So I might give it a crack. It looks pretty.
An angle brush is pretty cool. But yeah, when they get old, and then you're in your paint pot or you're in your water pot, sorry, and you go dab, and you go that dab a little bit too hard, they do actually fold over. But you know that's 18 months down the track or so, or 12 months, or however long. Just like I said, I snapped mine the other night and I had a little bit of a hissy fit.
It was pretty impressive for everyone to see. It was the cleanest, like it was just like a 90 degrees brush. It was just you could have copyrighted that and marketed it.
Oh,
yeah. Specialist brush for like getting underneath like the shoulder guards of Space Marines or something. One of those really ridiculous places, like under a shield after you've done the mistake
after you put it on,
after you stuck it on like a Muppet.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, I've got to paint it now, and then just literally a brown color, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, they're awesome for stuff like that, like the afterthought sort of stuff. They are really good, and they help just that little bit more to unretard yourself basically.
Unmess it up. No, it's good. It's good.
So basically that's me. Yeah, just buying brushes, painting some Hellblasters, and having a chop at a chat range, and I guess. Where are you at?
Okay, so man, when was the last time I was on Aushammer? It was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, because me and Dave had last week. So yeah,
and before
it's
that,
been a couple of weeks, man.
yeah. Well, I mean, that was kind of like the idea. Like we were originally going to like tag team it, and then go like 2 on, 2 off each week. But now the Fortnite thing's in place, so it's gonna be way cooler.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been working with Celestine for a commission, which is actually been really, really enjoyable. I'll just grab her. You guys, I'll be uploading pictures onto my Instagram account if you guys want to go check it out. It's just Paint Monkey Incorporated. It's just where all my
shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so this is my Celestine. Did a fair bit of airbrushing with it. Been picking out the gold, lots of zenithal highlighting. I'm going to have a play with the sword later. I really enjoy how it's worked. I like the blues and the whites.
It's looking pretty cool, man. I'm like you said, for go back to the brushes, for the brush that you really want to be out.
Yeah, my gigantic $2.50. Yeah. Oh wait, that's not it. That's way too big. Hold on, let's see if I can find it without disconnecting my headphones. It's really somewhere. No, that's way too big. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. You know what? I should probably just organize my paint collection.
Maybe you should sort your shit out.
Maybe I should just sort my life out. I agree. It's probably like here somewhere. Oh wait. No, I haven't found it.
Nah.
All right. Look, it's around here somewhere. Look, as with every good paint desk, everything is everywhere. I'll probably have to clean it up before I go and attempt to do any more tutorials or anything. It's probably somewhere. Maybe it's gone down the trapdoor. I don't know. No, it's not down there. No, I don't know. I've got like this sliding bit on my desk that can slide out, so I can actually sit and not strain my back too much. So it comes over the top. It's quite big. There's a storage unit underneath it.
Try and stave off that osteoporosis and
just stop turning into like Tyrannosaurus Rex arms and like a weird back. At a later date, that seems to happen with all of us who are a bit. But there's this little gap and everything seems to drop through it. And so you know how you'll be sitting there and you'll be like, oh, where did I put this bit? And you'll get like really frustrated and angry and just start throwing stuff around the place.
Just go for that back bit.
And it's just gone down. It's just gone down that hole. I don't know how many times I've had a mini adult tantrum.
Oh yeah.
And only for like the paintbrush that I was looking for to just be like just sitting there.
Sitting there. Just trolling.
You know, children's wife looking at me in disgust, shaking their heads.
Yeah.
As usual.
Maybe have a wife's look or a girl's look next time, and you'd be fine.
A wife's look or a girl's look. That's it. They always find stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, but I've been working on Celestine. I've been working on her two little plastic sisters. Yep. Yeah. Doing a bit of work on them. They've been going to be painting the exact same thing, so it's not going to look out of place. They're going to be based up with some nice bases. And I've been putting together that gigantic Primaris tank from Forge World.
Oh, the thing that you are literally gluing and clamping together.
Yeah, well,
that it doesn't look shit.
Yeah, well, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's a fairly difficult model to put together without a lot of pinning. Or you need like I'm using an industrial strength super glue to hold this thing together. And
look, you're just using liquid nails out of a litre tin, and you just
just smear it on, and then I'm just like sanding it back. I've just got like a belt sander that I'm just like, yeah, this is good to go. Yeah. Not even modeling, it's basically part construction, part
tradie. Yeah, that's tradie as hell.
That's exactly it. I've got all my tools out, ready to go. Only time I probably used an orbital sander in my entire life, and do Warhammer. So
in saying that, I have bought an orbital sander for the terrain that I'm doing behind me. Like, you know,
it's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Man, how much dust does an orbital sander spit up? It's disgusting. You can do it outside.
You got to do it outside.
I did it in the not the kitchen. Our kitchen leads onto a lounge room. Luckily, we've got tiles. And I'm inside. And it was raining. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just open the windows and I'll just spin a bit of side off this. What was it? It's like we're doing a bench top for my father-in-law. I'm just like, oh, it'll be fine. Like I'll just throw a sheet down. It'll be fine. I didn't anticipate. And the worst thing is that the humidity in the air reacted.
Oh no!
the sawdust that I was creating, and it was just like there's just clumps of sawdust everywhere. My wife was furious.
Dude,
it was funny. Like in hindsight, it was hilarious. This was before. Yeah, this is good. It was fairly hilarious.
Good for comedic value anyway. Like,
yeah, I can look back on it and laugh.
Yeah, well, you got it for shit like that.
That's exactly it. That's it. But look, it's there. It's in the background. It's still clamping. It's still working. The model's absolutely huge. I'll just quickly grab
it. Go grab it and bring it on and give us some keys.
Hopefully it'll probably break apart the second I put it on camera.
Yeah, the minute, yeah.
So this thing is huge. Like,
jeez.
Like, you guys can see the size of my head. And you guys can see the size of this model. I don't have unusually small hands. This model is just huge.
Wow.
Like, this is big. This is all resin. This is one big chunk of resin and pinned.
So have you had to do the hair dryer or the hot water dip?
Yeah. Sort of stuff? Like I said, the hair dryer for this works because putting it in hot water, it doesn't thermally react in the same way that I want it to. It's just like it's slightly out.
Yep.
Some parts, and so for example, this top bit here that I'm trying to fit, I kid you not, it's out by millimeters at the front. And
what?
I'm going to have to heat it and then fit it, or heat it and sand it down. So it's a challenge. It's a big challenge. I'm not going to say this is the worst kit I've ever had from Forge World.
I would be at the table flip stage, hours ago, I think, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the only reason I'm undergoing this is because a client is paying me to put it together.
Yeah.
So I'm not even painting it. I'm just constructing.
Oh, you're just assembling this model for the client, not even. Wow.
Yeah, no painting, just assembling. I'm like, oh. And so I've got bags of more plastic to put together, and I've got a feeling it's probably going to end up stuff being magnetized. So, by the way, drilling and sanding resin is toxic, so you've got to wear a lot of PPE when you do it. So, and being in Australia, for those international viewers, wearing anything more than like the absolute bare minimum is excruciating. You just sweat and it gets disgusting and it's horrible. So, but this is what we do for money. We put masks on and get sweaty. So.
Wow.
And welcome to Aushammer.
This is the new beginning, people. We just put masks on and get sweaty.
I got a feeling that we haven't moved very far. I think we're still us. I think we're still us, and it's gonna be fun. So look, man, that's what I've been doing in hobby. I've also been doing this really amazing narrative campaign with two of my good friends, Paulie and Todd. We've been doing like a narrative 40k campaign. So Todd is a phenomenal story writer. I just want to get this out there right now. So this is all going to be in like a little bit more context.
So just pump brakes, man. Todd has actually sat with you guys before. Is that right?
Yeah, he's been on the show before. He's the amazing individual who has put together some amazing packages for his kids with Warhammer, and he's got a Warhammer program running through his school. You guys can skip back. It's like episode 24, 25 or something.
Yeah, the next generation, yeah.
Yeah, the next generation. Really, really. I think your kids are on the front of it.
Yeah, my three are on the front, yeah.
I remember that's where we got the pictures from.
Yeah.
They're on the front of it. Todd does some amazing things, and so on top of being an amazing teacher, he is also an amazing storyteller, which has been incredibly fortunate for myself and Paul, because the narrative journey that we've been able to take with him so far has been absolutely phenomenal. So myself and Paul, we both have Imperial Guard armies, and we've had the privilege of being able to, because of where 40k is at, we have a lot of freedom to be able to create your own regiments, to be able to do your own things, and which is exactly what Paul has had. He's got his Venetian Force, which all his names he makes up, and he's made himself, and they've got direct locations. I've gone a little less original. I've gone with the Morden Acid Dogs. They're a faction that's mentioned in the Imperial Guard Codex. There's not a lot on them, and I was just kind of fascinated by the paragraph that was just put in there about them because they're a bunch of ex-miners and they hate mutants and they just sound cool.
I was gonna say they just sound like a bunch of hard asses.
Yeah, they just sound like a bunch of badasses. So imagine if Katakan was a mining world, and instead of ferocious forest predators, you just had pools of acid everywhere. And you've got Mordant, and that's what it's about. Anyway, look, okay, so back to the narrative. We've been able to create our regiments, and Todd's written into a story. So when I went over there and played, we played for about 5-6 hours. Basically, we were able to. My mission for my guys was to take them. We were to board a allied vessel and find out what had happened to the crew. Ship wasn't responding. Ship wasn't doing anything. It's really all very mysterious. Basically, my guys, going, kicking the doors in, start going through the ship. We find like the astropath. We found some cultists. There's some weird signs on the writing. It's like a big mystery. And because Todd's there next to you, feeding you this information, and you're reacting and playing along with it, like we're still rolling the same stats that we've got in normal 40k. Like we need 4s to hit and all that other stuff. Like, with a little bit more creative freedom, like going down corridors, you get bonuses for being a little bit tactical, and your interactions with the other characters. So we found the astropath, and we found a first officer, and we found that the entire ship's crew had been butchered. And then we found on news feeds that there were cultists sabotaging the Gellerfields and trying to fire up the warp drive to fire us off into an awaiting ship, as like a big suicide missile. So there was like suddenly a time limit that's gone from like a real tactical little run through of a ship to try and secure the bridge to like now I've got a 10-man squad, split them into 2. I've got to send one lot to go to the engine room. I've got to send the other lot to go to the Gellerfields, and I've got guys dying. I've got mutants coming out there. My sergeant was stuck with a rebar. And it was good. My guys barely survived, and it was the most refreshing experience of 40k that I've had in a very, very long time. And it was a spiritual experience. Thank you, Todd.
D&D for 40k, dude. It sounds cool.
It was beautiful. It was so amazing. There are resources out there for those people who want to get into that, who can do very similar things. But my God, it's amazing. If that sort of stuff interests you guys, by all means, go check out the All Guard Party. It's a I don't know. I guess it's a blog about a person who and his D&D team. They pick up a copy of Only War, which is basically Warhammer D&D, like a single person, and they have created an amazing blog. Their DM is truly gifted. If you guys want ideas, go and check that out. It's amazing. Very inspiring. Breath of fresh air for those of you who are getting a little bit tired of 40k and the competitive and the codex creep and all that other crazy stuff that's going on. Definitely go check it out. It's so cool.
I'm keen to put my hand up for the next lot, dude. I'm definitely keen.
All right, I reckon Todd, if word gets out about how fantastic Todd is, he's just going to be able to quit his day job and just do DMing.
Just DM the shit.
Just non-stop. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's submitted an application, one of his short stories to Black Library, where for their anniversary submissions.
Yeah, I did see a post a while ago about they're looking for submissions and new writers and things like that.
Yeah, so Black Library, if for some reason you stumbled across this cast and you're watching, have a look for Todd Heffernan's submission, because it's life-changing. You'll love it. You'll really enjoy it. And yeah, man, look, that's what I've been up to. It's been really cool. Oh man, it was so good. I've had a really great time doing hobby.
You have been raving on about this for a little while now, not just tonight, but like every time we chat, you're like, dude, this is cool.
This is amazing. I don't even care about the codex crew. I don't care that people.
I just love this shit.
It's like throw that codex away. We're doing this. This is way cooler. And you're like, no, brother. We have to have points in a systematic game. You can't have 10 dudes taking on a whole army and be like, just watch me, and they all die.
Fucking
like,
watch me do it.
Like, that's right. This is actual 40k. Doesn't actually happen. But yeah, like it's been cool. It's been exciting. I've really enjoyed it. I'm looking. I cannot wait for the next installment. I'm absolutely fanging for it. So Paulie was also running. He was running a mission with his team on the other side. He was trying to escape basically a really large horde of zombies in a broken down mining cart with like 6 dudes. Most of them were wounded, and it was a terrible time for him. And
okay, so what you're saying is there was actually 2 storylines running, at a time. So you did your own,
at the same time. I did my own.
His own.
Yeah, and Toddy was able to manage both of them perfectly. Like I cannot fathom how that man's mind works. It is beyond.
Multitask extraordinaire.
But that's what I love about DMs. DMs are just those certain people who are so incredibly brilliant at telling a story and immersing your players in that environment. That this is what happens. They talk about it and they crap on about it weeks later. Like they just don't shut up about it.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, that's been me. That's been a hobby. I'm just gonna probably just rant non-stop about all that. I think I had a bit of a play around with some. I got my camera out and I had a bit of a play with some terrain that I have. Just did some random silhouette stuff and a couple of cool little tower pictures. I haven't even touched my tower since they've come down.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's been a hobby for me, man. It's been pretty good. I don't know. I'll see if Dave can tell us what he's been doing in hobby while he's in that chat. Dave, what are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Someone's already asked. What are you doing in hobby, Dave? Tell us. We'll just wait. We'll just have dead air. We need some elevator music so we can just play it. Or we're just waiting for people to respond to us.
This is the song that doesn't.
No. I will mute you. I will mute you. My God. I have a child, and I swear to God, if he ever learns that song, he will. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna go and crawl in a hole and cry non-stop for a long time.
I'll do it, man. I'll do it next time I'm over. I'll be like, there you are.
So yeah, my kids are just gonna be sick every time you need to come around here. It's a pretty bad cop out. Like, I mean, like kids get sick a lot, but it's kind of like a fallback.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh,
my kid's got a bowler,
They're a bit of a dick, or your missus just like, oh, I really don't get along with their missus. You're like, oh yeah, my kid's sick. Yeah, sorry. And they're like, oh yeah, mate, no problem. And then you're all good, and then you see each other at work, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, man, I love it. Oh man, so someone tells me that you've got the week off this week.
I have, yeah. So, looking to spend a bit extra time with the little ones and do a bit of hobby. I'll probably end up going down to Capalaba tomorrow. I've had a chat with Blake, and last week I was supposed to go down last week, but couldn't get there.
Oh yeah, Blake, did you see him?
Yeah, I need to go down south side, or further south than I normally would.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, just to, like I said, or like you were saying, just I need to set aside a solid amount of hobby time, and I think just taking myself away from home and going somewhere is going to give me, that time to sort of put a massive dent or a big enough dent in this hobby that, and these hellblasters and everything else that I've got lined up to try and just get it out of the road, or make a decent forward step with them at least.
Yeah, that's it. Just try and cut away at that plastic crack pile, and I have an entire Slave to Darkness army literally looming above me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because it's up here. I just took my camera.
You do.
Can you see that mountain of crack on that shelf?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, that is all Slaves to Darkness. And Dave just got back to us. He's been working
I was just
on
about to say,
some.
he's painting is 30 Blight Kings, 60 Plague Bearers still.
Oh,
No new model purchases this week.
This week, my God, that's so much. That is so much Nurgle filth.
Oh.
I feel like me and Dave are gonna have a grudge match between Chaos Unaligned and Nurgle. I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm happy with the 90 models he needs to paint, but I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed that he hasn't bought any extra plastic this week.
Yeah, really, like I mean, just a model, just one model, maybe another box of Plague Bearers, David. I mean,
yeah.
What's another box? You got 90. Just
what's another 5 or 10 to the?
That's another 20. Really, I mean, throw them in there. I can't remember what they sell them in, but that'll be it. Man, I can't really think of much else to go over. There are a couple of events that happened this last weekend. Force Acts down at Irresistible Force. Our lovely benefactors, supporters,
yeah.
are still with Aushammer. For anyone who's curious about that, will still be receiving prior support and most certainly be.
And for that, we are
aiming to attend their events. Yeah, and 100% appreciate that and sticking with us through these interesting times. What else is there? I'm sure. I think Warrior Lodge coming up. They've got their meeting this Thursday. Modaka Gaming. I'm not really sure when they meet, but they've been posting these really funny snippets of their Blood Bowl write-ups that they've been having. They've actually been really entertaining, and they've written the same way like commentators.
Yeah,
like actual game commentary. Oh, it's really if you're a fan of Blood Bowl, and I really advise checking out. Go to Modaka Gaming. They're a local Brisbane group. They're really cool. I thought it was really funny.
Anything that's refreshing and still entertaining and informative is only good for the hobby. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's it. You guys are doing that little extra effort, and I think that's great. You guys are making a game that you'd be like, oh yeah, my guys won because of X, Y, Z. You've actually done a write up for it, and I think that's really cool. If you guys do similar stuff, check that out. There's a Kickstarter by Dave Taylor.
Yeah, yep.
David Taylor. He's written a book on basically collecting legions and hordes, and for all of us who have gigantic piles of crack lying in their house, it's going to be a good book to read. We've got a link in the description to his book. We just got hit up about it just before the show. Seems really cool. Should be really interesting.
Basically, it's just how to sort your shit out.
Yeah, how to collect a lot of stuff and not make people angry. There's probably a good saying of how to hide it from the family,
from significant other.
How to hide your problem from the significant other.
How to launder money into plastic crack.
how to strategically squirrel away money for your plastic crack so no one asks any questions.
So like when you go to the servo, you pay cash, but you draw that out. You draw 50 out, but buy $30 worth of fuel, and then milk it for that fortnight. So you got that $20 a week that you can shit like that.
You don't use the aircon all week, and though it's 40 degrees, and you're like, nah, it'll be worth it. Yeah. In 4 weeks' time, I'll have enough to buy a single box of Warhammer.
You lose kilos. You're getting money for plastic crack. All good things.
Exactly. It's not a plastic crack addiction at all. And that's what it's all about. That's what being a hobby is about. And so his book is on the Kickstarter. Definitely get in. It's got a few days to go. Go check it out. Speaking of Kickstarters, Armor Digital made their Kickstarter requirement so incredibly quickly. I think they're still going. I'm not entirely sure.
Ending as well. They've gone. Yeah,
they've extended it. There we go.
At least I think they've got 2 stretches done. I think.
Oh man, it's amazing. There's so much support, and it's such a cool idea. I can't wait to see it. I don't know. Maybe we should go we should split a box or something. We can have a 2-player set.
Yeah, dude, I'm keen for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I'm super keen to do a demo game or something, and we can. I don't know. We'll work it out later. But look, that's out there. That's another Kickstarter that we've thrown our verbal support in behind, because we think that's really cool. It's a cool system. He was on the show. If you guys want to learn about more of it, I think jump back to episode 27. 27. Go back to 26.
Yeah.
No, 26.
Yeah. But
go back to episode 26. Check that out.
Saying that as well, what Chris has done, he's actually stepped through. He's actually putting up YouTube videos on his channel, talking through the game and basically step-by-step tutorials of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that it's funded and it's ready to go, he's like I said, he's put those videos out there and actually going through them and learning about the game from the creator. And he's doing stuff on the table saying, this is this and this goes here and this is that, explaining the whole concept and the way that the game plays is amazing as well. Like he's putting that content out there to support his own Kickstarter.
He's done an amazing job. So you don't even have to wait for the game to come out to learn how to play.
No, you can basically watch these videos and have a very, very good understanding of the game and its play style and the concepts of it before you even pick up that box.
Oh man, I'm really keen. I'm really keen to see it happen. It's gonna be really exciting. Yeah, man, I can't think of anything else. I think I mentioned Four Sacks that happened down at Irresistible Falls. Really cool tournament. Number 2 this year. Number 3 is going to be coming up there again. I sadly didn't make it due to it just being a very, very involved weekend, and that's sad. But everyone seemed to have like a really, really good time. It was amazing as per usual. Tables were awesome. Setting was awesome. It was amazing. For anyone out there who has events they would like us to talk about, by all means, get in contact with us. We would love to chat about your events.
Send us a message. We'll happily bring you guys up and give you guys some playtime.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we don't know, if we don't know about it, we can't talk about it. So get in contact with us. There's probably one more competition that we're doing. So Aushammer is throwing their support in behind the Facebook page Warhammer 40,000 page. So that's 40000. Wait, 40,000. So it's the number.
Four zeros. Yeah.
Yeah, and a 4 at the front. So, yeah. So you guys get it. You guys get the idea. They're nearly at 3K members. Absolutely amazing achievement. They're 60 or 80 people away from being at 30,000 members, and a lot of really cool sponsors are throwing their support in behind them. We're giving away one of the signed copies of Dan Ebnett's books, The Sabbat Martyr. There's a life-size bolt pistol up for grabs. There's a life-size chainsaw up for grabs. There's a $100 gift voucher from another company. I think miniwargaming.com is behind it. There's a lot of big names. It's a big event. It's a big community. Like, obviously 30,000 people, it's a lot of people, especially for such an insular community like us. And I'm very excited, especially for the main man, Alexander Good, who is the main admin on that site. So we can't wait to see it happen. Once you guys get to the 30K people, we'll be announcing the winner for the book, and then we'll send it off to you. Speaking of prizes, if anyone hasn't received their prize, and we'll put a shout out later, if anyone hasn't received their prize for the last weeks, please get in contact with us so we can just consolidate anyone we've missed. Obviously, last week's been a bit of an eventful time, and we think we have 100% accounted for all prizes that have been sent out. But
if not, we apologise, and we'll get straight onto it.
We'll get straight onto it. We're moving fast. That's what we're about. Scotty, I can't think of anything else. Look, you got anything, buddy?
No, I think we're good.
We're good.
This is where we're at. This is how we're doing basically from now on.
Business.
In the next couple of weeks, we'll probably have a little bit more definitive content for the next show. But for now, this is just us being us, having a chill out.
Yeah, man, we're not gonna attempt to being anyone or not, we're gonna do it. Do you want me to take us out?
Yeah, man, you do it. Yeah.
All right, guys. For all of you who have joined us tonight, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us in the chat. For all of you who are watching at a later date, thank you for watching. We appreciate your views. If you like something, throw it in the comments. If you don't like something, throw it in the comments. We've had an absolute blast tonight.
Absolutely. It's been refreshing. It's been good.
Yeah, man. It's been a big week. Aushammer's still here. We're still doing our thing. We do it for you guys. We do it for the subscribers. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Love the lot of you.
Catch us later, guys. Have a good one.